Hi, Mr. Sand.
Hey!
What do you think phones could be used for students' help?
I think they could be used to help research. Think they could be used to help doing what you're doing right now, videotaping. Those are two easy things, yes.
Um, what are some benefits of having phones in class?
Those two things. Unfortunately, there'll be a couple of students in class who would use it to ways that would be harmful to the class and to the school.
How do phones affect education?
In terms of studying or in terms of
Like,
I think they can affect school by what happens in social media. That can be a negative of phones in the classroom. I think overall, at some point you need to learn how to use it correctly, but I think at this age level, the best thing would be to just use your Chromebook.
and would you ever consider letting kids use their phones in class?
I know some people do when if they want to listen to music during writing, if they're doing the mile in PE. So in some situations, I think it's all right, but most I would say no.
Chloe. Do you think teachers should let us use our phones during class?
I don't know, kind of like 50-50, like probably not because we're in school to learn, and if you're on your phone you could be cheating and not actually learning, so that way, like when the part test comes, then you won't be ready. And
Can your phone help you during class?
I don't really think so, because like I'd say the only useful thing would be Safari and then searching up a calculator. And you can find those on a Chromebook or like in your classroom. But like anything you can do on a phone, I say you can do on a Chromebook, and it's probably just safer in general.
And if you were a teacher, would you let students use their phone for help?
I would not let them use their phones for help because what they would be using to help was probably photo math, and that would become like cheating. So probably the only thing that could be used for help is like Safari, and that's not like you can just do it on a Chromebook.
Okay.
Hi.
Do you think phones should be allowed during lunch?
During lunch. You know, I would say no. The reason I say no about phones during lunch is because a lot of times phones cause a lot of drama, like with Snapchat and things like that. And so I don't think, that's one reason I don't think it should be allowed. Secondly, you know, we like kids to interact with each other, and that's a good part of lunch is like to socialize, right? And you guys can socialize on the phone when you're at home, but when you're at school, you should really socialize face to face.
Do phones belong in classrooms?
I think that there's probably some use for phones in classrooms, like certain teachers will let kids use their phones, you know, for like a calculator or to listen to music while they're working independently, or even like Google things or whatever, or maybe there's apps they can use on their phone. So I think as long as the teacher thinks it's, you know, it's led by the teacher, I think that they should be allowed in classrooms.
How do phones affect education?
I think phones can affect education in a positive way, as long as they're used for the right reasons, like some of the reasons I just mentioned. They can also impact education in a negative way. For example, a lot of times we have some problems through social media that we deal with in the school. Kids are getting into arguments on social media, and then that carries over into the school day, and you know, kids will miss class time because they're trying to resolve those issues.
And would you ever consider letting kids use their phones during a class?
I would definitely consider it if, you know, like for the reasons I stated before, or even, you know, maybe as a reward if kids wanted to use their phone, if they'd, like as a class, everyone had their work done or something like that, I would consider doing that too.
Hi, Adira.
Hi!
Do you think teachers should let us use our phones during class?
Yes, but in appropriate times.
Can your phone help you during class?
Yes.
And if you were a teacher, would you let students use their phones for help?
At appropriate times.
Does your phone help you out with schoolwork?
Yeah.
Would your phone help you during class if it was
Yes.
difficult?
Yes.
And why would you think it'd be a good idea for students to use their phones during class?
Because sometimes
sometimes there are some questions that are difficult and the resources you have are not helpful, such as the internet is.